Alright, what is up guys, Nate4 here and welcome back to another movie review, and today we're going to be talking about none other than Black Adam. Alright, and I know I'm a little late to the party, I'm sorry, my apologies, but I'm better late than never, alright? Better late than never. And if you're watching this right now and you're just like still going based off of reviews, I just simply say go and watch the movie for yourself. Some fans like it, some fans don't like it, some critics like it, some critics don't like it. So I'd say just go and watch it for yourself. You know, even if you're watching this video, this review right now, just go watch it for yourself. It's not an insanely long movie. It's not a bad time at the movies. Just simply go watch it for yourself and give your own review, your own criticisms. All right, that's the best advice I can give you. But yeah, is this another struggle for the DCEU? Is it a hit? Can Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's star power save this film? Let's talk about it. Honestly, this just might be the most decisive film of the year. It's like a 50-50 split amongst fans and critics. So, yeah, man, this one's going to be a hard one to review. I'm either going to make a lot of people happy or a lot of people angry. So, I'm just going to go based off of what I experienced, my personal feelings towards the film, and personally, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a horrible movie. I don't think it's fantastic. It's far from a masterpiece, but it's not really trying to be. It's really just trying to be a fun superhero movie at the end of the day, and I think it did succeed in that. Like I said, it's not the Batman, it's not No Way Home, it's not Endgame. It's just a fun, lighthearted superhero film with a lot of action and a lot of charisma, and I think the movie overall I was satisfied with. I wasn't, too excited for the movie off first glance, because I'll be honest, I'm not like a huge Black Adam fan. I'm not like a huge Rock fanboy or anything like that, but I enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would, honestly. The action's there, the CGI looks pretty good actually, and if I'm being honest, I probably enjoyed this movie more than I did with Thor: Love and Thunder, maybe Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So it does get points for that. It's been a rough year for superhero fans, alright? We got the Batman, we started off strong, and then it kind of just somewhat sizzled out. But I'd say this one is a pretty solid movie. Not great, but it's a watchable movie, man. It's a good time. And something I was kind of worried about was, like, I was kind of afraid that The Rock was just going to be playing as The Rock. Alright, I was afraid that it wouldn't feel like Black Adam. It was just going to feel like The Rock destroying things and beating up people, because that's pretty much how he is in all his movies, man. He's pretty much just that big, invincible, unstoppable force of nature in all his movies, like Red Notice, Jungle Cruise, the Fast and Furious movies, etc. And he's just always that character. But in this movie, it did feel like I was watching Black Adam with a little bit of The Rock thrown in there. So I was pretty okay with that actually. And it's not even just The Rock that gets a lot to do in this movie, man. The JSA, the supporting cast for this movie, they get a lot of good character moments, so I really like them a lot, really. And your supporting cast has to be good too, man. If your main star is good and your supporting cast is good and your villain is good, then it's pretty solid in my books. And they went 2 for 3. The Rock, good. The supporting cast, good. Hawkman, Dr. Fate, and the Atom Smasher, they were pretty cool. And then you got the villain. The villain I wasn't really rocking with too much. Just like your typical... The villain reminded me of the villain from Justice League, Steppenwolf, or whatever his name was. It was pretty much just that, but it's fine. It's fine. Not, like I said, the movie is not perfect, alright? It has its problems. It does that weird, way overused fish out of water aspect for a little bit of the movie, which I can get, which I understand completely, but I don't know. I feel like we're past the whole fish out of water aspect in movies. Like, it's 2022 now. Like, we should be past this. And another thing, I feel like this might be a reason why some of the people don't like it, is it's an origin story as well. So it's not only just a superhero film, it's a origin story as well. So you get a lot of backstory, a lot of character building, and usually with superhero movies, that's a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss, and like with Iron Man, knocked it out of the park. Black Panther, a lot of people liked that movie. It got a lot of praise, and Batman Begins, stuff like that. But then you got like your Captain Marvel or something like that, and it just doesn't really work all the time. But for this one, I felt like it was okay. I don't think it knocked it out of the park, but I wasn't bored watching the origin story as well. So this one's kind of just, yeah, it was all right. It was interesting. It was cool to see, but it didn't necessarily blow my mind, if that makes sense. And also, there is a post-credit scene in this movie, so I'd stick around for it. It's pretty good if you haven't seen it already. If it hasn't been spoiled for you already, go and watch it. It's pretty shocking. See what I did there? Because Black Adam, electricity, shocking. No? Okay. We can edit this part out, right? Well, this is embarrassing. But like I was saying, there is a post credit scene, man, and it got me a little excited because it was something that I did not expect. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. And honestly, I'll be honest, it wasn't The Rock that made this movie for me. If I'm being 100% honest, in my eyes, it was Doctor Fate. Doctor Fate is he's too clean, too clean. Think of Doctor Strange, like how he was doing in like Infinity War against Thanos, and that's pretty much how Doctor Fate is in this movie, man. He was so cool, design was cool. I was satisfied with the character. He's a character I've loved for years, and they did the character justice. You got Hawkman in here as well. He's kind of like, I don't want to say a Karen. Nah, he's not a Karen. He's kind of like Steve Rogers. Yeah. Like, hey man, we don't kill. Hey man, you can't go around doing that. We save people. We don't kill people. And then Black Adam, he's all like, I kill people. I don't know about you guys, but I kill people. All right. So I thought that was a cool little dynamic or whatever. I didn't know too much about Atom Smasher. Cause I'm familiar with Ant-Man and Atom, but not Atom Smasher. So I wasn't too sure if that was like a new character or a tweak. Look, I'm not like a huge DC, perfectionist. All right, so if you know, don't come at me in the comments. All right, I'm only human. Okay, I don't know everything. All right, I don't know everything, but yeah. At the end of the day, I really like the side characters, man. I really did. But something I think this movie does a really good job with is it makes you want to see those characters interact. It makes you want to see these characters in future projects interacting with other characters. So, you want to see Shazam and Black Adam, duke it out, have some like comedic lines with each other. You want to see, him interact with the Justice League and, possibly even the Suicide Squad. Who knows? So, I like that they're welcomed. I said welcomed. They're welcomed additions into the DCEU. Lots of fun characters. They have really cool move sets. You want to see them use their abilities more. And I did like this movie, man. You get a real feel. Like, even if you don't know who these characters are, you know what their abilities are. You know what they're capable of. So that's pretty cool. And I like how their designs and everything is pretty comic book accurate. And I know that's not always the case for a lot of characters because, some of them would just look pretty goofy, like on screen, like how they did in WandaVision. How like you see like their comic book accurate suits and it doesn't look great. So like they kind of like parody it a little bit. Like if you saw the Falcon from the Marvel films and you saw his like comic book costume brought to live action, it would just look kind of goofy. But they actually put it off here, man. The characters, they look cool. They don't try too hard with the designs or anything. They don't overcomplicate it. They don't do it bland or anything. It's literally just how they look in the comics. And they look pretty cool as well. So I was really satisfied with the overall designs of everything. But I think the DCEU always, for the most part, does a good job with the wardrobe and everything like that. Not even just the movies, but like the TV shows as well. So huge shout out to DC. I'll give them that. But honestly, I think this movie benefited from releasing when it did, because let's be honest. This movie isn't gonna compare to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and not Avatar: The Way of Water. So, um, this was probably the best way they could release it. I know this movie got delayed, so um, I genuinely said that this was probably the best way, the open window for them to release their movie, because it's just not going to hit as big as Black Panther and Avatar. So that's like, and I get it. It's The Rock, one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood and things like that. But I don't know, just the popularity isn't just there with this movie, I guess. But I enjoyed it. I don't really see where all the real negative comments are coming from. It's not perfect, okay? It's not. I don't think it's a great watch, but it's something to keep you satisfied. It's good, but I'll give it like a, I don't know. I want to say an 8, but I'll stick with a 7 out of 10. But yeah, I'm in a 4 and I am out. Peace.